Good morning and welcome to Take Your Life Back Today show. Over my shoulder, as you can see, on this side, is one of our cats that seems to love to get into the video, to the show, and be involved. So welcome to the cat, our special guest today. The cat's name is Princess. Today we want to discuss the 8 most dangerous drinks in the world. And I want everybody to please understand this. I do not, and I repeat, I do not condone any alcoholic drinks. However, these are the 8 most dangerous drinks for the folks that are watching me that are still possibly drinking alcohol. It does take time for everyone, eventually, possibly, to give it up. I want you to please, if you still drink alcohol, avoid these 8 most dangerous drinks in the world. First, I want to give a shout out to Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-485-2741. 516-485-2741. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. He's an addiction recovery coach, a life coach. He will help you from your addiction to your recovery, hand in hand. He will concentrate on today and tomorrow, not looking at the past. The past is gone, folks. It's finished. We can learn from the past, but we cannot change it. So why bring it up? Why put ourselves or others, like Larry Geis would do if he spoke to others about the past, why put others at risk of triggers or stressors? The past is gone. We can only learn from that. So give Larry Geis a call at 516-485-2741 or go to his website at www.odysseyconsultant.org. Let Larry Geis know that you heard about him on the Take Your Life Back Today show with me, Ralf Friedrichs. GlobalEyeglasses.com, they are focused on saving you money. Folks, if you need glasses, whether it's a full plastic or metal frame, a half plastic or metal frame, or no frame at all, if you have children that need frames, go to www.globaleyeglasses.com. Let them focus on saving you money. Folks, they're about 80% less than your free-standing brick-and-mortar local shop. If you need progressives, they have them. Polarization, they have them. Transition or photochromatic, they have them. They have the thinner lens. They have plastic or polycarbonate lenses. Folks, they have coatings like anti-reflecting coating for you folks that are driving at night that have glare issues. They have UV coating. They have mirror coating. All that is available at globaleyeglasses.com. And the great thing is not only am I your host for addiction recovery and life coaching, and the host for Take Your Life Back Today show, but I am also the person you can contact at 631-599-0218, 631-599-0218. I have 30 years experience in the optometry business. You have any questions about Global Eyeglasses, any questions about their product, any questions about how to match their product with your prescription, give me a text or a call. Call me at 844-405-HELP or text me at 631-599-0218. The 8 most dangerous drinks in the world. Man is a natural, inquisitive creature, an explorer of the fringes of possibilities, if you will, and so it makes sense that it comes to getting drunk. Man has a habit of developing increasingly more potent ways to make it happen. After all, no matter what anyone says about various national pastimes, the one true worldwide pastime isn't baseball or soccer, but getting completely and totally intoxicated. But, as it was with the atomic bomb, man's unstable quest for the biggest and baddest has created a massive amount of drinks of mass destruction. Drinks which will destroy your liver, cause your unborn babies to be born mutants, cause your relationships to fall apart, cause your financials to fall apart, cause you to possibly lose your life, and selfishly causes you to possibly take someone else's life. These are the 8 most dangerous drinks. I encourage each and every one in watching my show to avoid drinking and doing drugs at all, but I encourage also for the ones that do find they need to drink to avoid these 8 most dangerous drinks. The first one's called the Tokyo iced tea. The Long Island iced tea is popular amongst the sorority girls who want to get bombed without having to actually go through all the manly wincing and dry heaving that comes with forcing shots down your throat. That's because it's got a load of liquor mixed with cola, sour mix, and actual iced tea, depending on how you make it. The Tokyo iced tea, however, though, says to hell with your pansy non-alcoholic mixes and substitutes, and delightful Midori, which due to its fruity taste will still lets the drink go down smooth, only with an added complication of alcohol poisoning. Add it all together, and one Tokyo iced tea can be worth 8 or 9 shots of liquor. Liquor that you can barely even taste. Just drink it, and in the back of an ambulance, drink it and you will be back in the back of an ambulance. It will be easier that way, because then that ambulance can transfer you directly to the hospital. Folks, if you drink 1 or 2 of these Tokyo iced teas, you're guaranteed, 99% guaranteed, to have alcohol poisoning. The next one is called Four Loko. That's 4, F-O-U-R. And I do believe it's not even allowed in this country. I'm not sure, but I think so. As far as pure alcohol goes, Four Loko isn't anything all special, only 8 to 12%. But Four Loko's insidious and twisted genius lies in the caffeine, about the equivalent of 5 cups of coffee. That means that you can keep on drinking without feeling the full effects of the alcohol, which is always a dangerous proposition, and you end up pouring so much caffeine into your system that the hamster powering your heart is soon found plastered against the wall of this little wheel cage like he's riding the gravitron at a carnival. It is basically the liquid equivalent of the infamous speedball, heroin and cocaine, all rolled together in a delicious package. And it's pretty much a race to see whether you end up in the emergency room to alcohol poisoning, or you end there for a heart attack. I don't even want to say that this is a matter of good times to even drink either the Tokyo iced tea or the Four Loko. Folks, I again encourage you not to drink at all. That was number 2. Number 3, the Four Horsemen. You may be familiar with the 3 Wise Men, which combines a shot of Johnny Walker, a shot of Jim Beam, and a shot of Jack Daniels into one drunkard's paradise of a drink. But the 3 wise men abandoned their gifts for the baby Jesus and turned to apocalyptic terror when their friend Jose Cuervo decides to stop by and join the fun. The 4 horsemen ride all over your liver, bringing pestilence and death and blackouts. This is what happens when you let 3 nice, sweet, impressive boys from Tennessee hang out with a bandito. And there's no humor behind this, but I'm just reading what the article wrote. This would be number 5, liquid cocaine. Just the name itself should put red flags up, folks. Look, it's called liquid cocaine, so right away you know it's not messing around with you. You start with some Bacardi 151, that's 151 proof, which means you're already in trouble. And then add some Goldschlager before mixing that together with your good friend Jägermeister. Just reading that should be enough to make you stumble head first through a plate of glass window. Actually drinking it will cause the plate glass window to actually gain sentience and then fall through like a knife. Number 6, headhunter. The headhunter just overwhelms you with sheer numbers. It's not particularly fancy, it's just brutally effective. At its heart, the headhunter contains about 4 ounces of spiced rum, which is enough for Captain Morgan to pirate your sobriety. But then, the good captain completely loses control of the action when his crew mutinies to the tune of 3 more ounces of Bacardi 151. By this point, your sobriety ship is completely in flames, and there are people pucking off the decks. And then, just for the hell of it, 4 more ounces of beer come along just to hang out and dance the ashes away. Number 7, moonshine. anytime there's a chance that you are drinking will cause you to go blind. It's going to end up on this list. Moonshine is dangerous because nobody but a redneck who distilled it in their barn in the bathtub knows what actually went into it. You could be drinking turpentine mixed with drain cleaner. You just don't know. Sure, Farmer Fred might swear to you that the moonshine will get you all messed up, but that he probably means that you'll end up flat on your back or in the hospital bed, or worse scenario, on a slab in the morgue, especially since his wife just came storming out of the house screaming at him about where all the nail polish remover and or the Clorox went. Number 8, New Orleans hand grenade. The New Orleans hand grenade doesn't seem that different from dozens of other strong cocktail drinks. It has shots of vodka, gin, rum, melon liquor, which will get you drunk but isn't particularly dangerous. But what sets the New Orleans hand grenade apart in its final ingredient is listed simply as grain alcohol. Bad things start happening when you start dealing with grain alcohol. Many people will tell you. At that point, you're pretty much drinking pure ethanol, which is like gasoline. Just check out the many uses of ethanol if you want to understand why it is so ridiculously dangerous. Among them, as an antiseptic, a solvent, as a fuel additive, and finally as rocket fuel. So if you drink the New Orleans hand grenade, you will be blasted away. And I want to give you a extra one that I threw in here after I came up with the 8, and this will be considered number 9. Everclear. Speaking of grain alcohol and ethanol, we bring you this scourge known as Everclear. 190 proof, 95% alcohol monstrosity that will send your dumb butt straight to the emergency room. If you make it there at all, if you don't go to the morgue first. If you make it there at all, here is what is in the Everclear, and it is not the most greatest drink at all. Again, 190% proof, 95% alcohol. I had a friend who spilled a bottle of Everclear on his kitchen floor at a party with people smoking. Yeah, you can see where this is headed right now. Can you imagine this? Naturally, the floor went up in flames. That's how dangerous Everclear is. It won't just destroy your body, it will burn your home to the ground. There is a reason it is illegal in 14 states. These are the 8 most dangerous drinks in the world, just a recap. Number 1, Tokyo iced tea. Tokyo iced tea is combined with, or equivalent, I should say, to 8 to 9 shots per drink of 8 to 9 shots of liquor. So if you have one of those, you already have a chance of poisoning, alcohol poisoning. If you have 2 of those drinks, folks, I can't even tell you what possibly could happen to you. Number 2 is Four Loko. Four Loko isn't that much alcohol. It's only 8 to 12% alcohol, but what is it's equivalent. Each drink is equivalent to 5 cups of coffee. So if you have a couple of them, you're inviting your heart to stop. Number 3 is the Four Horsemen. The 3 Wise Men drink was known as Johnny Walker, Shot of Jim Beam, and Jack Daniels. Well, now Jose Cuervo was introduced to the 3 Wise Men and combined all 4 of those, and you have the Four Horsemen. Liquid cocaine is number 5. And folks, you have to understand this. Liquid cocaine, the name itself, should tell you everything you need to know about the drink. It's called liquid cocaine, so right away you know it's really not messing around with you. You start with Bacardi 151, that's 151, which means you're already in trouble, and then add some Goldschlager and some Jägermeister. That is liquid cocaine. Headhunter. The Headhunter just overwhelms you with the sheer numbers. It's not just particularly fancy, it is brutally effective. You combine 151 Bacardi together with some Captain Morgan, and you totally lose judgment, you totally lose possibly consciousness. Number 7, moonshine. Anytime there's a chance of drink, what you're drinking will cause you to go blind, it's going to end up on this list. Moonshine is the most dangerous because you don't know with your local neighbor, especially in the South, threw into this mixture. Like I stated previously, it could have been possibly some Drano, some Clorox, and there is a reason that after a person makes the moonshine, you hear the wife, and this is just a joke, but I want to add a little humor, you hear the wife running out of the house, screaming at her husband saying, "Where's all my nail polish remover and my Clorox?" Well, folks, think about it. It's probably in that moonshine. Number 8 is the New Orleans hand grenade. The New Orleans hand grenade doesn't seem that different from dozens other strong cocktails. It has shots of vodka, gin, rum, and melon liquor, which will get you drunk, but isn't particularly dangerous. But what sets the New Orleans hand grenade apart is its final ingredient, that's grain alcohol. Anytime you mix grain alcohol, you're dealing with a thing called ethanol, pure ethanol. And ethanol is an ingredient as an antiseptic, a solvent, a fuel additive, or fuel rocket, or rocket fuel. Last, a special, the Everclear. Speaking of grain alcohol and ethanol, we bring you this scourge known as Everclear. 190 proof or 95% alcohol monstrosity that will send your butt straight to the emergency room if you make it there at all. Incredibly, while Everclear can be found in small doses in like aforementioned New Orleans hand grenade, brave and dumb Darwin Award candidates will actually do straight shots of Everclear to prove their manhood in such nonsense fashions. Some real talk. I had a friend who spilled a bottle of Everclear on his kitchen floor, and folks, this is no lie, the kitchen floor went up in flames. It's pretty simple. I don't condone, and I want to repeat, I don't condone any drug and alcohol use. But in a realistic world, there are people watching this show right now that are not living a life of sobriety, that are not in recovery. And this is particularly addressed to you folks if you're listening. These are the 8 most dangerous drinks in the world. Remember these names when you go into your liquor shop. Remember these names when you go to a party. Remember these names when you go to a bar. Tokyo Iced Tea, Four Loko, The Four Horsemen, Liquid Cocaine, Headhunter, Moonshine, New Orleans Hand Grenade, and Everclear. These are the 8 most dangerous drinks in the world. These are 8 drinks that will not only get you tremendously drunk, but it will ruin your organs, it will ruin your relationships, it will ruin your financials, your spirituality, but most importantly, it will ruin your life and possibly take your life. That's why I'm begging you to take your life back today. Please, folks, remember that it's sober today, a day without any of these 8 worst drinks in the world. Sober today, I promise you, will make you a better tomorrow. And if you start thinking positive thoughts, and positive things will happen in your life. Teach your children to say no to drugs and alcohol. Lead by example, folks. Do not drink, smoke, or use profanity in front of your children, and they will follow whatever you do. So if you show them love, compassion, respect, that's exactly what they will do. But if you drink in front of them, smoke in front of them, and use profanity, expect them to do that. Start a new day today. If you need help with any drug and alcohol issues or life issues themselves, get a hold of Larry Geis at 516-485-2741. Get a hold of me at 844-405-HELP. We are all here to help you today. We are all here to help you today to take your life back. Folks, I hope wherever you are watching me in my audience, you have the best day of your life. But I hope and I pray each and every day for each and every one of you to have a sober rest of your life. And isn't it today the time for you to take your life back?